Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call the Facilities Committee meeting for October 12th to order. I need an approval of the agenda. We only have one item on it, the Sun Valley bid CMAR GMP proposal.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay. Mr. Burnett, Sun Valley High School bond CMAR GMP proposal.
I'm very pleased to bring this proposal to you. This has been a project that we went to bid back in the spring. We had some challenges with the bidding community and as far as the lot of work that was out on the street. In the end, the pricing that we received was high. We repackaged it, did some adjustments to the scope, and came back to bid it again this September. The bid date on that was September 19th. We did move that because of the hurricane. We did bid that on the 25th. Did not have complete bid participation on all the packages. We rebid those remaining packages on October 2nd. Branch has proposed a guaranteed maximum price of $30,849,915. Staff and the architect, which is a little diversified, have reviewed that proposal, and we are recommending the award of that proposal. We have bid alternates that were included in that proposed price, and I can go down the list of those. That includes preferred manufactured items. It's 2 additional CTE classrooms. We were worried about the scope and the budget, so we had 2 in the base bid. We had 2 as a bid alternate. The pricing has come into where we think that can be recommended. Weight room, that's to replace the one that is being torn down. Auditorium seating, window replacements, the maintenance building, which is going to be associated with the new stadium, some masonry repairs, which we're not recommending that as a bid alternate. We're recommending that's going to be included in the allowance. And baseball, softball lights, field lighting. We originally wanted to do additional work to the baseball and softball fields, but we did pull that scope out, but we kept the lighting in.
So with respect to that, we would maybe in future years add it to the CIP with the other schools when they get theirs done. Is that the
Yes,
idea?
yes,
If need be. Okay.
But as submitted, and this is really a two-part recommendation as submitted. The GMP exceeds the available funds. We did have a plan on that, and that is that we identified the funding that the county is holding in contingency funds. They're holding $6,535,181 of school system funds. What we're proposing is that we don't use all of that. We propose that we use $5,849,915, and that will get us to the total matching the proposal. So it's again $30,849,915. So the proposal committee recommended to the Board of Education to seek the funding of $5,849,915 to add to the construction budget for Sun Valley High School, and that the board and committee approve the GMP as submitted by Branch for the Sun Valley High School project in the amount of $30,849,915.
Can you, thank you for all that. Can you, in addition to the renovated baseball and softball fields, what were some other things that we originally had proposed in the project that are no longer in there?
So the stadium,
because we did reduce the scope, like you just said, with respect to the baseball and softball field. Are there other reductions to scope?
Right. So we did have some items that were reduced, and that was included in the base bid. So the stadium originally was shown, it was a 4A stadium, but really we looked at it, a 3A stadium is satisfactory for our needs. If you think back, the school we were originally thinking the school was going to be an 1,800 student school, but that's really not the case after the demographic study. So 3A will meet our needs, and that did save money. We did adjust how the stadium was going to be constructed. That also saved money. The HVAC system, we do have HVAC scope in the base bid. That's unit ventilators and a new chiller. We did want to try to take care of some of those HVAC issues that are in the corridors, and that's mainly related to fresh air. We just weren't able to do that. Weren't able to afford that. The system works and it works fine. It's just we wanted to try to do a different solution for it, and it certainly would help the appearance of that school. Interior finishes throughout the building. That's painting. That's VCT floor replacement. That scope was reduced, and that's something that can happen, later, and that can be CIP. The student parking lot and staff parking lot, we did want to repave that. We did have more islands, in that. Again, that would be helping the appearance. But as far as traffic flow, but we did pull back on that too. So those are to name a few.
Okay, and just to confirm, we reduced the scope in the areas you talked about it. Those were the big ones that we discussed. We did not increase the scope of this since the last time we were at.
Oh, no.
No. Okay, I'm just confirming. Thanks.
Can you go back and explain? I kind of got lost in the HVAC information. So can you go back to the fresh air
Sure.
thing, whether we are or are not going to do that?
Right. We are not going to be replacing that fresh air makeup system.
Okay, but we are getting new ventilators and a new chiller.
Correct.
Okay.
So the unit ventilator is a equipment that's inside the classroom,
Mhm.
and it's what the school has right now. And we're just going to be replacing those unit
Mhm.
ventilators. That's a one-to-one replacement.
Okay.
And a new chiller. The chiller, we are crossing our fingers, crossing our toes, hoping that it makes it through this cooling season right now.
Mhm.
We've asked the contractor. That has got to be a high priority. We need that replaced as fast as possible because it won't be operating in the spring.
I think a way to look at that fresh area is as you walk through the back part of the building, you see all of that ductwork in the hallway, which is existing.
Mhm.
So we had desired to remove all of that and bring fresh air in a different way, but it just wasn't in the budget to do that.
Okay.
And again, something that we can consider down the road in a future CIP if we think it's something that needs to be done eventually.
And I will add, it is just a challenge to replace that. It's a difficult
Mhm.
problem and difficult solution. It's what we have works, and I'm thinking we're going to probably just be keeping it.
Okay.
The solutions didn't feel that much better.
So Dave, can you go over, when I was reviewing the information for the meeting this morning, can you explain to us what athletic equipment is?
Sure. So
Yes.
I was just going to say, we have a list of packages that the CM at Risk bid. And so that's something that's unique. We often don't see that kind of detail. So we do have that. It's a good thing, bad thing. We do have that opportunity to see that breakdown of pricing. In some cases, it's hard to put like square foot costs to it or things like that. In this particular case, the athletic equipment would include the tennis court nets, posts, accessories, discus circle for the track, shot put circle, long jump, takeoff board, pole vault, discus cage, the poles and the net, the football goalpost, long jump, running track surface, tennis court surface, and then pole vault surfaces, long jump surfaces, high jump surfaces, and then tennis court. So it says equipment, but it's athletic related items.
Okay.
It's nothing to do with.
So when a lay person sees equipment, This is not workout equipment
It's,
or gym equipment?
no, and correct.
Okay.
And the big ticket items are the finishes like the track
Mm-hmm,
and the
right.
tennis court.
Because we're trying to replace several of our tracks in the county. We know that's a big ticket item. Okay. Is there a better word than equipment for those items that you just named? Because the items you just named for me is not equipment.
Right. And this was prepared by the CM at Risk, and this
Okay,
is how they
okay.
did their bid
This is what they
packages.
provided you.
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's from them, it's on their letterhead, and
The one thing that stands out to me is caulking. What are we caulking for that price?
again, that's one of those details that we
Yeah.
typically don't see, and but it is pretty, to me, I found that kind of fascinating, to see the detail and see the cost on that. But I mean, it's fire caulking. There's a lot of
Window,
caulking.
door,
Yeah, so it's,
But you're saying that's primarily fire?
well, I expect that their
Uh-huh.
package, the way they set that up, would include that, would
Mhm.
include fire caulking. I'm expecting it's going to be for, weather, sealing and things like that.
Okay.
But
Expansion joints.
I can I can try to find their detail, and might be able to provide you a more intelligent answer.
And one of the biggest challenges that we have in our county is that a lot of our schools only have 4 tennis courts. I just want to confirm, is Sun Valley getting 4 or 6?
Sun Valley would be getting 6. And,
6
and
tennis courts.
yeah,
Okay.
and with their CIP effort, we're trying to get 6 tennis courts to all of the high schools.
Every high school.
Will that be this year or next year?
We have it funded this CIP this year, and the plan is to do much of that work this spring and summer.
Okay,
I'm
because I know
We don't
men's
have
tennis
every-
is this spring.
Right. So we will be. It depends on the site.
Okay.
Some sites where we're doing new work,
Mhm.
and it's not going to affect.
Okay, and it will
we're
not
able to
affect
get a little
play.
bit of a head
Okay.
start on that.
Okay, great.
We don't have every school this year though, right? High school? We have, I think, half this year and half next year, or is that not right?
I think we have. It's I think Cata,
Parkwood,
Parkwood, Forest Hills,
Piedmont.
Piedmont,
this
yeah,
year?
Piedmont, right?
Piedmont?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think Porter Ridge is this year too.
Okay,
okay, so
Okay.
we do have them
Very
all.
good.
Okay,
We're not getting any lighting at Sun Valley for the tennis courts, are
No,
we decided that if we put in 6, we don't need lighting.
they? Yeah, okay. So I thought we.
right.
so-
That's what we
Because they can
decided when we,
finish sooner.
when we talked about Parkwoods, we talked about that same
And
thing.
I think that's one of the challenges they have now with only having 4 is that it's getting dark by the time they're getting to their doubles matches.
Right.
so to answer your question, caulking included joint sealants, joint fire stopping, waterproofing, joint covers, joint sealants, fire resistant joint systems, performed joint seals, and exterior sealants.
Okay, those are all the questions I had.
Those were mine as well. Anybody else? Matt, anything else? Okay. Okay, so we need a motion to recommend to the board the request to seek the contingency funds held by the county, which was our former fund balance, held by the county in the amount of $5,849,915, and to add those funds to the Sun Valley construction budget, leaving a balance of contingency funds of $685,266 held by the county. And 2, approval of the GMP as submitted by Branch, our construction management at risk, for the construction of Sun Valley High School bond project in the amount of $30,849,915, contingent upon receiving the noted funding held by the county.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anything else? If not, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Those in favor? Aye. We're adjourned.